Hello, YouTubers. Melvina Germain here, Calgary, Alberta, Canada. We are going to have a relaxing time of poetry. Come, have a cup of tea with me while I read my poetry. Have a sip, won't you? Yum. Yes. Okay, I'm going to start today off with a children's poem, and that was a request from my sister. I was going to read a series of children's poems today, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So I'll start with one and then we'll continue on, shall we? This poem is called Fairy's Garden, a wee children's story poem. There she is, that sneaky little pearl, whispering sweetly to hear her echoes in the world. I'm so jealous in this garden of beauty and flair, stepping lightly on the blaze so she won't hear me from way over there. Look at her in her white shimmering dress, a flower basket full of happiness. Ooh, I love her, I really do, but I'm really jealous too. Uh-oh, here she comes, skipping and singing a happy song. Why can't I be happy too? Can't wait for her to run along. Hi! Uh-oh, she saw me. Now what am I supposed to do? She'll make fun of me and my old tattered shoes. Come play with me, Matilda. Come on, come over here. I was looking for you from way over there. My lilies are growing so beautiful, you see. Come, let me show you. Come along with me. What did she say? She wants to play with me. She's so beautiful. And look at little old me. Why, I'm the tomboy that everybody sees. I'm coming. I'm coming, Lolita. I'm so happy to come and play with you and visit your fairy garden too. Give me your hand, Matilda. Let's skip all the way there. Yay, yay, yay. It's a happy day. That's the children's poem for today. You never know what someone else is thinking, so don't think they're thinking the worst of you, because quite often they like you and want you to be around them. Something else was really ruminating in my mind, and I was thinking long about this yesterday. And so I want to talk about this a little bit. I'm thinking about child brides, poor young girls that have to get married to sometimes much older men in different parts of the world, and apparently it still happens today. Now, I've done a little bit of research on it. I found out that in Iran, Sharia-based Iranian law states that the legal age for marriage is 13 for girls and 15 for boys. However, marriage is still okay at a younger age with the consent of fathers and permission from court judges. So it is somewhat socially acceptable. At the age of 13, what about their future? In Canada, 16 to 18, with written consent of a judge, is prohibited under age 16. 18 is the age for marriage here, the legal age. Niger has the most child brides under age 18, and 30% of them are under age 14. So with that knowledge in mind, I thought about how some of those child brides would be thinking. What would their thoughts be? Mama, it rained today. I couldn't feel the drizzle on my skin. I'm numb. Mama, please, Mama, tell my father, tell my brother I died by their hand. Now my flesh, Mama, belongs to the land. My burnt ashes will be one more story to serve as truth, Mama, in God's promised land. Thoughts. Mama, Don't cry for me. Mama, don't cry for me. I died so the whole world could see. Oh, Mama, please, don't cry for me. I learned how to help my husband with his walker today. He said I'm a good girl. Maybe we can go for a walk sometime. He's so old, Mama. When will he die? I don't like it here, Mama. I want to come home. Mama, what did we do, Mama, to make them hate us so? When will it end? How many years to go? We love them with all our hearts and soul, but they abuse us when they grow old. Daddy beats us girls and favors all the boys. He calls us names and takes away our toys. Sometimes he yells in village square, everyone knows over there. Mama, now I know what to do. I'll have no babies, that I promise you. That's me thinking, trying to think what it would be like in the shoes of those young girls that have to marry so young. Well, I didn't have to endure that, thank goodness. When I was a child, I remember I was about, I say 2 or 3 years old. I think I was about 2 years old, but people tell me that's not so. And there was a lady sitting beside me, and I was very ill. I learned later in life that I had pneumonia. Ebony Woman, I call this poem. Ebony Woman, I'll never forget you. Why, I was merely 2 or 3 years old, and blessed to have you watching over my soul. Ebony Woman, you were that light shining oh so bright, your eyes caring and your voice so sweet, a true angel who lived on Tupper Street. Your skin, blue black, smooth and fine. Ebony Woman, you are that earth angel, and you are still mine. As I think of you, sitting by my side, my tears fall with much happiness reigning still. Inside, I feel good, but oh, I do feel blue, wanting to hold hands once again with you. May I gaze in your beautiful face, letting you know you were my saving grace. Oh, I know I've told you in a letter or two, but I want to say the words while looking at you. Today I'm old, my body fading away, but I still think of you almost every day. Ebony Woman, I love you still. Your spirit shines within me and always will. Ebony Woman, if you left this earth today, my heart would let me know you are on your way. Oh, I will cry. I know I'll be sad, remembering the sweet angel I've always had. God is good. You and I know your spirit will never, I always do this. You and I know your spirit will never leave me until it's my time to go. Together we'll shine in heaven up above, basking in the glory of our Father's unconditional love. Well, thank you for listening. I was the age of 2, and the ebony woman's name was Elise. She sat beside my sickbed, and I've never, ever forgotten her. And she's never forgotten me. And I've come to know now that my sweet angel has left us somewhat, as she now awaits her time to cross over. I knew, and I called looking for her. And yes, she's soon on her way. Thank you for listening to that poem, Ebony Woman. Sometimes, we become distraught and upset because things aren't going our way, and we'll reach for that horrible bottle of wine or bottle of whiskey, and it doesn't really work well for us. So this poem is called Davy Daniels. I know I've read it before, but I want to read it again. That drunken fool, Davy Daniels, what an abominable scene to view, staggering, cursing at all the world, such a display. What else is new? I've seen it all before, and I know I'll see it again. Alive and dead, strangers and friends. They all bleed and paint the evening news. Don't be so sad. We reap what we sow, and often our lives compose the blues. Unfortunately, I have a friend who just can't leave that bottle alone. And I think of this person often. Some of us are fortunate to find love, others, jealous love, terrible. I wrote this, not sure precisely who I was thinking about at this time. I didn't write myself a little intro note. Jealous love. Covered in blood, I trudged along, feet sopping wet. I'll never forget. Weakened, determined, kept a slow pace, wearily struggling, hoping for God's grace. I need you now more than ever before. Please help me make it to that hospital door. Some people are living a horrid life with no peace. And unfortunately, it happens to many of us. By the way, people, this is week 51. I can't believe it. I still remember the day that I sat here to read week number 1, and now it's week 51. Scent of Love is the next poem. Sitting, writing love letters by hand, I pause with thoughts of you every moment because I can. A sweet scent of Clinique permeated the air. I knew then you were near. For every moment I live in this life, I want you with me as my wife. Beautiful words, beautiful words. Yes, and some of us are fortunate to have husbands that think that way of us, and we need to remember that. I have another poem I see sitting over here called Just the Two of Us. Let me read that for you. Just the two of us we've come to be, cast in the tremor of society. In paradise we lived our truth, that stupendous dance of innocent youth. Many years soothed in unconditional love, spread by the wings of God-given doves. We played, we bask in dangers so bold, now we reminisce in our years of old. If golden hands could have kept us there, love would have poured like rain in the atmosphere. As children, we had no rights of our own. Soon our flesh became chilled to the bone. Cast in the big city, loveless at best, a new way of life surged, the ultimate test. Bitterness from tongues of strangers, it seemed, tolerated by those who had different dreams. How quickly we learned that ugly was real when the horror of actions soon revealed. Dark basements, cold hands, evil eyes, entrenched in hurt we so despise, strewn to the wind, spiteful and cruel. Soon we learned about old-fashioned fools. The shelter of four wheels was your saving grace. A lonesome night, no food to taste. We sit here, years gone by. Some we loved are dead, and we speak of the past as it rivets in our heads. PTSD, that prolonged incapacity. How could we not be the sufferers you see? I say it is what it is, and it's not what it's not. This suffrage of life ne'er be forgot. Just the two of us, we know it's true. Yes, yes, we do. Well, that was a sad poem, and we'll just leave it like that. Just the two of us. I won't read that one. You know, I tend to write things that some people just don't even like to talk about. And I had a beautiful lady that worked in my office a long time ago. We were in the market research world, and she was a wonderful lady and did such a marvelous job. And she had quite a story. And before she came to work with us, She had lived in England and she owned a nursing home. And this is one of the stories that she told. And I wrote a little poem. It's called Dressed for Dinner. There was something strange going on in the house. Everyone seemed quiet as a mouse. I was a little uneasy walking through the living room when I heard somewhat of a boom boom. To my surprise, standing at the top of the stairs was old Mrs. McCleary, dressed in her wares, dressed for dinner in a mink coat long to the floor, sashing and swaying, heading toward the front door. A close-up view was very distressing. Her makeup was rather depressing. She turned, looked, and smiled at me, winked and opened her coat, you see. Oh dear, I was in shock, for underneath she wore no frock. Just another workday in this old nursing home. Now and again, a tenant will roam. That was a true story that she told us. And sometimes you have to be willing to just laugh and let it be. Different things happen. And you can't be sad all the time. And certain things happen that make you smile. It's unfortunate that some people have to go through what they go through. But such is life. We are humans here. We are definitely humans here. I'm looking through. I thought I had these organized the way I wanted to read them, but it always changes when I come and sit down. Rhapsody of Love looks like a really nice poem. I'm going to read Rhapsody of Love. I wrote Rhapsody of Love quite some time ago when I went to an event and met a special person. In midnight whispers, I chant a love song, words tenderly written with you in mind. My inner light soars in brightness as I summon you in vivid imagination. You I desire, your sweet invisible touch. A kiss like honey search my lips. Your tenderness pleases me, and your embrace enveloped me. I'm the weightless feather laying in the palm of your hand. I'm yours, mind, body, and soul. I have given of myself to you, though physically we have never touched. A sweet word carries such beauty, softly enthused, and my appetite for love grows stronger each day. Lend me your voice. Let me delve into the bliss of your echoes and harness all that is soothing to my being. May your words dance on the nerve endings of my soul and take me high. Be with me in quiet night. Lay with me on our bed of pure delight. Come with me in the streams of pleasure and soar that mountain oh so far away. I'm dreaming dreams of you, sweet James, yes. Dreams of you by night, by day. Yes, and I saw this gentleman only twice. Can you imagine? That was it. I have a couple of very short poems here. Let's have a look and see what they're all about. Oh, nasty little secret. I stood in the window, peering across the street, dreading delivery to old Mr. Fleet. He always touches me inappropriately. No one must know, no one but me. That was then, years ago. Years later, while looking out my kitchen window, watching my babes having fun, there will be no old Mr. Fleet. I checked out everyone on my street. Something to think about, people, when you have children and you're in a neighborhood and you don't know who's there, what's happening. Let's see what else do we have here. I'd like to share maybe just one more. This one is called Make No Mistake. I was on the verge of alcoholism when darkness took hold of me. Sadness covered my soul, and rainbows I could no longer see. Pain captured my heart and held me tight. I slumped into heartache and couldn't sleep at night. It was something very strange and certainly new to me. My mind became a blur, and the truth of reality I certainly did not want to see. Oh, rum became my friend, and words began to flow like a foolish rhapsody. I caught myself on the fifth bottle and said, "What are you doing, girl?" I looked at that bottle of rum. "Oh, no, you don't," as I gave myself a twirl. I flushed that liquor down the toilet and gave my head a shake. "It's about time," I said to myself. "It's time for you to wake. What have I done? What have I said? Oh, shit, that's just not me. Whoa, thank God I didn't make that mistake. No foolish actions to come haunting me. Now I sit and ponder, what was I thinking of? Times of heartache come to so many, and all in the name of love." Words to think about, my friends. Words to think about. Well, I think that's it for today. I'll reach again for my cup of tea, and you'll notice I didn't have a sip while I was reading some poetry to you. Enjoy. Have a little sip before we say goodbye. Yes, still lovely. I love my tea, hot or cold. It doesn't matter. Thank you for coming. Now, be kind, please, and like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Have a good day, and God bless you all. Bye for now.